right, after a grueling 5-game series, Reynor now has another chance to get through his opponent. Looking for revenge. Bunny in the top right side of the map has sent 2 SCVs across. It is a proxy, 3 barracks, Marine, all in. And oh my lord, Reynor's going pool first. I think he thought this might be the case. And this is a good little curveball. I think he's basically saying, look, it's either you're 3-raxing or you're not scouting, and I can run 6 slings across the map. The question is, does he realize the 3-rax is coming? Because if he just builds 2 or 4 Zerglings, doesn't see the barracks, doesn't know about it, that pool first will not necessarily help him. But if he realizes what's happening, he can either drop a gas and go roaches really early, he can maybe shut it down with Zerglings and a quick spine crawler. There's a lot of things that can go well, but it can backfire because you do have later creep on the natural. Your queen will come out later on the natural because, of course, that hatchery isn't finished. But you can usually walk a queen from the high ground down earlier. You have the initial lings to shut down any early bunkers. And there's going to be 6 Zerglings to start. Unfortunately for Reynor, he did not check for the barracks, which tells me he did not think there's a barracks coming at all. He has no idea what's about to come his way. So his lings could go across the map and try to kill all the SCVs, though. I think that's the best plan. I actually think against this build, if you get in with 6 lings, it ruins your opponent. Bunny sending yet another SCV out. Interesting. So he wants to have 4 SCVs. Dude, talk about committing to the push. And the 6 lings see it, they shut it down, and they immediately think about going across the map, but no. They're going to hang out, looking for an opening. I don't think it's worth committing just yet. He's got to get his Overlord to safety. Reynor has not hidden his Overlord. Uh-oh. Reynor, that Overlord, you don't want to leave that sitting out there. Part of having these Zerglings here is that you can hold this territory. He realizes the Overlord wakes up, starts moving. That Marine count is growing. It's 3 SCVs on the front. The depot wall does go up back at home. Zerglings here still threatening. No spine crawlers. Slow Zerglings and Queens do not scale against this, guys. They don't do well against Marines once the count gets big enough. I don't know how he's going to stop the count, guys. Feels like the election of who's going to win this map might already be over. No, just kidding. Zerglings, with that spine crawler comes up. That's going to scale a bit better. Does start droning, but remember, he's only on 16 workers. He does have a gas, but no Roach Horn just yet. Doesn't give him any long-term choices. Lings go across, but you can hold that with repair. How many queens we got? 1 queen's out, 2nd one as well. 3rd queen pops out. If he can get to transfuse, that'd be amazing. The Lings trying not to commit here. The Lings only come forward whenever those Marines do poke in towards the queens. Uh-oh, queen a bit too far forward. Marines getting jumped on by the Lings. Good blocking with the SCVs. Now that the SCVs are gone, you control range with the spine queen. Doesn't get the spine out front. I would like to see that spine uproot. I think that would be big. Queens, you got to be careful. Can't go off creep there, Reynor. 6 lings on the other side. You can see the SCVs will be able to repair this, but that is a lot of money, and it means you can't reinforce right now. I think Reynor's held this. Seems like he's got it okay. He's got 1 transfuse available, doesn't inject. 2nd transfuse about to kick in. And it feels like, even with a big ball of Marines like that, you're in big trouble. Factory goes down, cancels something else that he was starting to build. I don't know if those are barracks. Maybe he was starting to build a barracks and realized, hey, I might as well build a factory. I've already got 3 barracks that aren't going to be that useful in this game. 5 Zerglings come back, see the Marines headed. That's going to allow Reynor to hold the drone key down. His spine crawler is still on a bit of an odd angle in that it's not at the front. Maybe he just wants it a bit deeper, so the Marines have to come deeper on creep in order to attack it. Ling's still dancing on the front. Great, great management with that army. The 2 guys arguing about alcoholism in chat can stop. That's a warning. Take it to DMs if you guys want to have a debate about alcoholism. Marine SCV, it's one final last-ditch effort, guys. Ling speed's going to kick in just in the nick of time. Fantastically well played there by Reynor, and he's going to wrap this around. I don't see these Marines escaping this around, especially, I mean, with Ling speed, especially if he comes in from 2 sides. Once those units commit into the spine and queens, that's going to be an issue. Here we go. Marines and SCVs coming forward. The Lings are there. And it's a lot of Zerglings. Oh my lord. The Marine count's pretty juicy, but that's so many Lings. The SCVs just disappear. And he's going to be able to take out enough Marines that the Queens should be able to finish it off. Good micro by Bunny, dude. But he has no SCVs, so he has to win the game with these Marines. And with what? What's he got? 1 mule to support it? He's got 1 mule mining. 1 mule of Marine production to reinforce. But the Lings do mostly go down. Queens are still here at the front. Oh, it doesn't have a transfuse available. But it doesn't matter. Reynor knows he's got this one in the bag. Pool first, game 1. That's the sort of Reynor build that I love. You know, he's a bit of a risk taker. Opening up pool first 6 Zergling. It's not the best macro build, but it gets him a really solid defense in game 1. All right, guys, let's get into game 2. Bottom left side of Tokamak, it's Bunny. And in the top right, we have Reynor. Sorry, guys, not the best camera zoom there. So I was hoping that we'd get a shot of the Protoss player over here, sitting at his little thing. But we need an Overlord to fly over. Otherwise, things don't animate in the fog of war. You see, like, this was blowing in the wind. Overlord moves past, stops blowing. So, unfortunate. There is some cool terrain on these maps, though. I do like the map makers have been doing some stuff. Little red laser here, like it's a little landing pad or something. You got a nice little, I don't know, there's a mining suit, some power armor or something. There's also a Zergling in a test tube, some plants, some crystals, some nice little vents. It's going to be a Zerg versus Terran, of course, and it's going to be a game where Bunny is like, damn, dude, took a gamble, hoping to tilt Reynor, hoping to get a nice, easy game 1. Doesn't work out. Now he's got to play from down in the series, and Reynor feels super confident going hatch gas pool. Now, I think Reynor earlier tried to sneak his Overlord along the bottom, right? So I wonder if he does that again. Hides it over here, sneaks it in, tries to come up behind the main base. Remember that you can't really hide. It looks like you can go down here. You can't. Your Overlord gets stuck here, basically. And I think the map maker... Oh, guys, you tell me if I'm wrong. I think the map maker specifically created a bunch of no-go zone on the edge of the map so that units don't get, like, stuck off the edge of the side of the map. You know, sometimes the unit's on the edge of the map and you can't quite see it? I think they've specifically added like a little black buffer zone to make it a bit easier to micro air units and see exactly where they are on the edge of the map. CV does come in. 2 queens are on the way. And just 2 Zerglings to start. Wow, is he actually going to go just 2? Oh, Reynor feels confident being greedy. Okay. No, he does build 2 more. Just very late. Is that perfectly timed though? Squeezes an extra 2 drones out. Oh, that's cool. It is a bigger map, Tokamak, so with the Reapers having to wind their way. So it looks like he feels he can get away with it, and I think he's right. Yeah, I think those 2 lings will come in at the right time. Uh-oh. Oh, he gets blocked, but he does get it down. And then cancels it. Well done by Reynor. 1 Zergling will go down. No, it won't. Okay, Reynor's having a good start. Bunny's the king of wrecking people when he has a really clean opening. See what he can do from behind here. Oh, got to pull that back. Sorry, guys. I'm getting excited by the terrain. These maps are still new. What is this? Is that a little prison or something? What is in there? You guys let me know if you can figure it out. Reaper's denying the 3rd very nicely. Queen's coming over. Oh. Good job delaying this 3rd. So Reynor's had to go extra Overlords and 4 Queens here, as well as miss some time, which he could have been spending injecting or spreading creep. 3rd base doesn't go down until 3:13. Really good start here for Bunny. I like that. Just for a single Reaper, he gets good value. 3rd command center's there very early. It was a zipline pig. It reminds me of the contraption they used in Alien to hold the queen. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it looks like something... You tie a Velociraptor down there to transport to the mainland to put in a zoo. So you can have Jurassic Park World 317 starring Star-Lord. And some dumb plot that makes no sense ever since the first movie. Anyways, Reaper Hellion still running forwards. Queen's coming off creep here. Reynor's going very fast, 6 queen here. He doesn't have anywhere to put his workers, so he's happy to delay a few of these drones, prioritize the queen production. Bunny, gonna go Hellion. Liberator. Ooh, we don't see Hellion lib too much. The cool thing about the Liberator is it's low cost, gets you into the 2nd and 3rd barracks, the double eBay a bit quicker. Downside of the Liberator is guys like Reynor almost never take damage to it. Like the very top few Zerg are so good at dealing with it. Even Clem, when he plays Liberator, he micros that Liberator so hard, and all it does is be annoying. It doesn't really kill much, it just forces reaction. So we'll see how well Bunny micros that Liberator is. If you don't micro it well, it can get shut down pretty hard. 8 Hellions. Wow, that's a big commitment. 8 Hellions and a Liberator. He's going to sync them up at the same time. So there's only 11 Zerglings on the map. Oh, Reynor's playing greedy. He's going 8 Queens, which is good, but he doesn't have enough Zerglings to stop a Hellion dive. So I think he's going to try and go into the main with the Lib at the same time as these Hellions dive the front. Lib goes in. Queens have spotted it, but Reynor not reacting. Reynor did not notice on his minimap. His queen did not move, even though he built a Spore Crawler. Hellions dive the front, get a few creep tumors, and these drones taking some damage. Lings, though, good move with the Zerglings to slow down the Hellion advance, but they get toasty. Drones going down in decent numbers. Liberator in the main, taking damage to the queen. It's going to reposition. Hellions get blocked by an Evo chamber, but with no queens on top, these drones are in the open. It's a barbecue. Oh, anyone call for some barbecue? That's right. Oh, my lord. It's getting hot. It's getting fiery. And ladies and gentlemen, who the hell cares about Buffalo Wild Wings? We're marinating these drone ribs in vinegar, and we are going to toast those up and slather them in barbecue sauce. 22 drones going down. I mean, it's not free. He does lose a lot of units. But with a quick third CC behind that, oh, that's worth. Now, if he delayed his third, I think this is, like, kind of fine for Reynor. But as it is, Reynor needs to do some damage, and he's going to try to get in here, but the tank on the high ground. I'll tell you guys, there is a special place in every Zerg's hatred, not their heart. What's the opposite of your heart? Every Zerg has a special hatred. That's kind of funny. You can't really turn that saying around. You know, you say a special place in your heart for something. I'm like, it's a special place in every Zerg's hatred is the high ground tank. There are many situations where it feels like the Terran has no units to defend, and there's that tank, and then the SCVs just mineral walk away if you try to kill them with the SCVs, and you're like, ugh. I remember Estrella when he was off racing a lot. He insisted that he was a god tier late game TVZ player. And same with Reynor, actually. When Reynor was off race, same thing. They both, pretty much all the Zergs and even Protoss when they off race, when they play this matchup, they just leave 2 tanks on the high ground all game, and they just are unkillable. And they know that frustrates their Zerg opponents. 2 tank, 20 marine push. 1-1 in combat shield's going to finish at about 30 seconds. Carapace and Baneling speed. Carapace much further away. Bane speed's pretty close though. Reynor, he's down on workers right now. If he can shut this army down, maybe he can make some magic happen. Remember, he struggled on this map against Bunny earlier in their first series. This tank positioning up here, he's got a... Oh my god, he must be having nightmares about this tank position. He's like, not again! Remember, Sergeant Chadhammer was set up here. There was a 100 kill pair of siege tanks in their first series, game 2. Oh, Lings are going to try to take out the tanks, but I don't think this is... Yeah, I can't get the second one. Does get rid of 1 tank at least, that's something. Bunny hanging out back at home. 5 barracks, 1-1 finishes, and look at that, the armory. Sorry, 2nd factory, 4th command center, and the armory finishing as the 2-2. The 1-1 finishes, the 2-2 is unlocked. See how quickly Bunny gets into that. If Bunny gets into that early, it could be massive. Marines pulling back. Tank gets a good shot. And 2-2 starts up. Nicely done. Another Marine Widowmine army moves out the right side. And it's going for drilling claws and another factory. Siege tank's going to move to the low ground. It feels like he's setting up for a long game as Bunny. And I think he's just going to be playing the sort of swarming, overwhelming Terran, right? I don't expect him to go above 75 workers, at most 80. But I think he's just going to keep expanding, keep attacking, and look to abuse the fact that Reynor does not have the numbers after this early game. Reynor should really, really be struggling against what he's got. Infestation pit halfway done. We've got a medevac. Marine mine drop's going to poke the high ground. The tank is still there. I'd love to see that tank move further forward. Marine still guarding the choke point though. Reynor just can't find a way in. No burrowed banelings this time around for Reynor. I wonder if Bunny's got that in the back of his head. He took some nasty burrowed banes last time. Oh, picks up the Marines there. Same time, drops in the back. Spore Crawler, the Giga Chad Spore does shoot him down. He drops back here immediately. Oh, he's doing the old lol. You thought I was flying towards your main? Silly Zerg player. Of course I'm not. That's one of the most frustrating moves. When a Terran boosts away, you send your units to respond, you look away, manage some other things, you look back, and the split second you looked away, he turned around and unloaded in the same spot. It's the disrespect screwing with your opponent move. Bunny's really having fun with that sort of style right now because he's got momentum. He's ahead. Almost 2,000 ahead in the trading whilst being up in workers for a large portion of this game. Reynor is now at 87. If Reynor can survive and bring it back from here, I mean, that would be so incredible. It would take proper Reynor style, though. He needs to get counterattacks going. Like, he can't just be defending the fronts. If you just defend the fronts, you will get overrun here. Oh, Queen's start to take big damage. He's going in and out right now. Oh, Queen gets popped finally. Widowmine gets a big splashy. 18 workers. And the hatchery on the right goes down. Reynor does not have the numbers. I was like, he should counter, right? But then you look at the rally. There's a reason he's not counterattacking. Guys, there's so much on the map for Bunny. Bunny's just having a fantastic game too, and this is exactly what you need after your 3-Rex gets hard counted by the pool first. It felt like Bunny couldn't really contest Reynor in the games the longer they went in their first series. Bunny said he felt like he got nervous in the interview after winning his losers match. He said, I got nervous. I don't know why, man. I get nervous in PiGFest. Bigger online tournaments, for some reason I freak out a little bit, and I don't know why. I just didn't feel like I played my best. I was like, oh, we'll see if he can back that up. He's absolutely backing that up right now. He is showing what he can do with a good early game. Of course, it was a fantastic early game. 22 workers, nothing to sniff at, but definitely setting himself up nicely here. More Widow Mines, and Reynor takes another big boom boom. Same time, shoving in the left side. Red hit point bio. This is a super chaotic decision to commit in here. But takes out the Bailey Nast army on the right, continues in as well. Most players would pick these units up and go home and heal. Bunny right now has as much chill as a hot dog in a deep fryer. That is to say, absolutely none. Man wants to get hot, hot, hot. Doesn't matter how red they are. He's got more where they came from. His men's lives are expendable. This planet is not. He will clear it of the Xenos, and he will destroy them. Cleanse the non-believer, the heretic, and the dirty Xenos. Get him out of here, man. The bugs cannot hang on. Reynor right now huffing copium as he refuses to tap out of game 2. Wow, he's really going... Dude, there's... I feel like I can just hear this song. It's like, stim, 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 stims to see. He's a naughty Terran with a bad habit for drugs. Reynor shaking his head, smiling. Bunny stimming on top of him. Oh, Raynor's mouse and keyboard disconnected? Really? I was like, what's going on? Alright guys, we're resuming from the replay after that technical issue as Raynor's mouse and keyboard disconnected. Widowmine goes off on the right side. Reynor up against the wall right now. Widowmine actually shoots down a medevac, but most of the units do get out of there. Crazy attack on this left side for Bunny, but he picks up at the last second and does pull back. 2 Marines in the main base. Billy and Bob. Oh, and Thornton as well. It's Billy, Bob, and Thornton, the 3 Marines inside the main base. Bunny drops on the left, clears some more creep. There is creep in the middle. That's the only map control he has. Oh, Reynor misses the borrowed bailing opportunity. That's unfortunate here. 3 Marines do drop there on the low ground as well. We've got Marauder. There's a siege tank. Where did he come from? Rando siege tank arrives on the front lines. Hydras will clean up the right side. Billy Bob Thornton still killing Marines and even an Overseer in the third base. Reynor is about to deal with a tank on the left side. Marines coming forward as well. Still, is he got the units to defend? Reynor desperately trying to hang on. He said, I know I'm almost certainly dead, but I want to have the regame. I really appreciate it, Bunny. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Bunny was like, no worries. I'm a nice guy. Billy Bob Thornton's going. Billy's dead. Bob's dead. Thornton is also dead. He's going to have to pull back over there. The Marine Marauder trying to get out. Hydras gathering up. Somehow Reynor has survived on 4 bases. No. Dude, if he brings this game back, he's actually a psycho god. More Marines diving in. Bunny fixing bayonets and charging into melee. Oh, the Hydras, can they get him? No, they can't. Bunny is on 4 bases. He's got a 5th command center there. He's just got to stay focused. I don't think a 4-base Reynor is in a great position. But the fact that Bunny gave him the opportunity to get back in this game is rather big. Medevac in the top left does take damage. The Bio coming forward as well. The Hydra Link getting on top. The Widow Mines. Oh, my lord. Widow Mine tries to unburrow fancy micro, but it does mean the Widow Mines don't necessarily fire. And I think, oh, he's got so many more units coming in, though. This is relentless. I feel like, you know, I keep thinking maybe Bunny's going to overcommit. But realistically, he is just forcing the trades, and it is so good for him. Because it really is hard for Reynor. What is that? Ladies and gentlemen, guys, if your boss gives you a work order, do you just not question it? That's like an IKEA instruction tells you to build a bomb in your own house and detonate it. You're just going to follow it? What the hell did that SCV do following that order? There's no way. Was that a purposeful click? Was it because he was worried about the burrowed banelings? Bunny. Who is this? Remember, in their previous series, he took a terrible burrowed baneling here. He lost like 35 Marines. He's been so traumatized, he's building turrets on the front line. Nice play. Ladies and gentlemen, the final series of the evening. It's a best of 5, and it's tied up 1-1 now. Reynor in the top right goes for the 15 extractor trick. Or 14 extractor trick, gets himself to 15 supply. And down at the bottom right, Bunny. Looks like a 15 hatchery, guys. Reynor does not build an Overlord, which means this is a 15 hatchery build order. Okay. This map, the hatchery, the natural's quite far away. It does send that drone down just 1 second earlier than normal. Does another extractor trick. And then builds an Overlord. Really nice 15-15 opening. The reason 15-15 is good in this matchup is it allows you to defend without building any Zerglings. You can just get out Queens super early, skip on the Zerglings entirely. And we have recently seen the 3-hatchery gasless version of this, straight into Roach, become very popular. So I wonder if he's thinking about doing that. Because, especially if you're expecting like a scary tank push down this side, I don't think a tank push down the middle is very scary on this map. Just kind of looking at the terrain. I mean, if you have this base and tanks get down here, that's hard to deal with, but I imagine it's more like tanks over here and sieging behind these minerals if you forget to open them. But I imagine Reynor might just wall this side, take this third. Taking this gold base is a fool's errand. That's not a good idea. We'll see what he's got in store for us. Do we have any predictions? Hopefully Eon Blue or someone else in the chat can do predictions for us, guys, but we'll see what happens. Drone's going to rally down to that natural. No gas. This indeed does look like the opening. Now, Cyril popularized the gasless opening into Roach at Dallas last year, where he made the top Terran players look like they don't know how to play StarCraft. Got away with some of the most obscene greed we've ever seen. Many people have been talking about this build lately after Lambo coached Harston on how to do this opening. And I think the title was like, you know, a Zerg build even a monkey can do or something like that. It's an insanely greedy build. It does have a lot of details to get it just right. Reaper's going to come in. Thank you very much, Eon Blue, for getting the predictions up. You guys have like 30 seconds to get your predictions in since it's the very start of this game. 2 queens are in the way. Factory there. Second gas. Guys, second gas instead of third command center. Are we going quick Banshee? Bunny, are you doing a 2-base build? He loves opening cloaked Banshee into 2-base push. Roach Ravage is meant to wreck that. Meant to, though. I do think Reynor's build is good against this. He's going to mine open that right side. Now, to be fair, it does feel like Reynor is very slow into the third hatchery for the build that I was thinking of, right? He's just kind of playing pretty conservative 2-base 4 queen opening to start. Injecting very nicely. Pushes the Reaper back. 2 Lings on the right, and he's finally got this open. Gonna go out and start that third base at 3 minutes 20, which, I mean, to be fair, for a 15-15 is still a well-timed third base, but it's not the ultimate greedy build that I was initially expecting. Marauder starts up. Oh! Old school, baby! 420 light him up! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 420 light him up build. 8 Hellions are gonna morph into Hellbats. The Marauders are gonna come into a medevac. They're gonna drop out with concussive, and if these queens are caught off creep, that's bad. If there's no roaches, it's bad. But he's got a roach warren. It doesn't feel like the right situation to do this build. I think Bunny may have picked this build before he saw the 15-15 opening out of Reynor. It could technically work, but I really think this is not a good matchup of builds for Bunny. I think he's picked the wrong build. I think the moment you realize your opponent's gone 15-15, there's such a high likelihood of them paying roaches, and roaches shut this build down pretty hard. Don't get me wrong, if there's only 2 or 3 roaches, you can still do big damage. That's a big if. We'll see how greedy Reynor is. He's only building 2 roaches right now. The stars might be aligning here as the Viking takes care of the Overlord. Now, when you see a Viking, it's a rare opening. This is one of the common follow-ups. I'd say, what, 40% of games where someone opens Viking in this matchup leads into this Marauder drop. We'll see if that's the case here. Medevac comes out. He's got 3 Marauders and a Marine. He's got the 8 Hellions. Where is the armory? He forgot his armory? Guys, he forgot the armory! He can't make Hellbats! He forgot the core part of the build! Oh no! What? Is it? There's no way you're meant to do this without an armory, right? He's just starting it now! Bunny forgot the most important piece! Holy crap, it's a Hellbat all in with no Hellbats. He's gonna click on the Roach Horn realizing, oh golly, if he builds roaches, we are screwed. It's a massive commitment. He can't workers to hit this attack. Oh my god, in the famous words of Aratosis, it didn't make! Oh! Why does this game hate me? Marauder Hellbat trying to dance away from the roaches. He's got to get out of here. Just pick up the Marauders and the Viking and leave. I mean, he's doing some good micro. Bunny's making the best of a bad decision. He could try to go third CC behind this, but of course Reynor will run away with the economy. The Hellions, the Marauders trying to hang out there. Hellbats are going to morph about a minute later than they should. The Evo Chamber does go down. Nice hot pickups, good drops there as well. The Hellbat Marauder Viking trying to come in. He's trying to go further forward, but the Roach Queen arc is good. Reynor droned in the middle of this up to 60 workers. Dude, he was so greedy. Dude, was Reynor too greedy? He droned in the middle of this attack. Guys, Reynor droned in the middle of the attack. The disrespect for Reynor might just be getting punished here. Reynor can lose 20 drones and still be fine, but drones are useless against Hellbats. He's attacking Hellbats with drones, and the Hellbats didn't attack them back. Dude, attacking drones with Hellbats, it's a little bit like trying to fight fire with a matchstick. It doesn't work out very well. Reynor, the greed knows no bounds. He droned because he thought this attack is so shut down, and he just did not build enough roaches. The late armory mind game leads to the win. The terribly botched timing attack works out, and if there was ever anything that was going to send Reynor to Tilt Town, that's it, guys. No one feels good about that. Oh my lordy McLord. Honestly, if Reynor opens the replay, it's going to be even worse for his mental than anything else. If he opens the replay and realizes the armory was completely forgotten, if he doesn't already realize, that might just break him. It would break me, man. Oh my lord. GG. Bunny pulls a literal rabbit out of a hat, which, being named Bunny, you'd think is his specialty, but that was absolutely wild. That was some proper classic magic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tilt Town, destination, or population, I should say, 1. Reynor down here. We'll see which build he opts for. Oh, it's tough. I mean, the Roach Horn got sniped there, guys. So essentially, the Roach Horn goes down. He can't build roaches. Built Zerglings, which are worthless in that scenario. Should have built more drones. In fact, it was the right call, and built spines, because building spines kills your drone count. But what happened was, not only did he build Zerglings, he then droned after building the Zerglings, and then his Roach Warren finished his new one, which he built very quickly. Great reaction. Supply blocked. So he didn't have any lava, he spent it all on the drones. He wasn't injecting his main or his third, only the natural, because he'd pulled all of his queens to the front. So that was one of those games where, essentially, Reynor panicked under pressure. And, yeah. It's kind of crazy, because honestly, I think if Bunny had the armory, he might have headbutted and traded his units sooner, which might have been better for Reynor. Like, it might have actually been better for Reynor if Bunny just headbutted. Now, Bunny, they build, this is the build, guys. You know exactly. The moment Reynor's Overlord scouts that this is Command Center first, he knows exactly what's happening. Bunny is doing his best build from 2022. He beat Serral with this on, what was the map with the Burning Blizzard office on it? Inside Out. He was on that map. He beat Serral on that on his way to the finals of Atlanta. He beat Reynor with it in GSL. He beat Reynor with it again, I think, also in Atlanta. It is CC first into double Banshee, Hellion Harass, into 2-base bio tank push. Now, obviously, I don't know that's what he's going to commit to. He could totally do something different. But I don't know, man. I think of the history between these two. I think about how many big scalps Bunny has with that build, and how many times he's beaten Reynor with it over the years, and I'm like, oh, I mean, it's got to be the build, right? It's got to be the 2-base tank push after Hellion Banshee opening. I have no confirmation, we will find out, but that is my hunch, because every time I think of these two, I think about their history and Bunny stopping big Basilisk Zergs in big moments in big tournaments. We'll see if he can do it again with the build. Oof. Third hatchery up north here on Sandworm. This time he's going for the much quicker 3 hatchery gasless. Super greedy play. This is the build that I thought we were going to be seeing last game. So third hatchery into third queen. Fourth queen delayed. And no gas just yet. I think he takes one about 3 minutes. Factory comes up. Starport goes down. Barracks builds a tech lab. And it's in a kind of slightly back position where it's a little harder to scout. Marine trying to deny the scouting. This looks very familiar. All right, guys, look at that. First lava inject perfectly into gas. It's a 248 gas. Oh, this is what I love about commentating a tournament during European times, guys. The number of EU Omega nerds who actually know their builds. So my normal audience is much more NA heavy because I stream to that time. And I'll be like, oh, what build is that? They'll be like, oh, the one where you make Archons. And I'll be like, oh, like what timings do you do? They're like, two base Archons. Like, that's as detailed as an American ever gets with a StarCraft build. You talk to a friggin' low platinum European player, and they'll be like, it's the 3-minute 47 Dark Templar timing. Then you go into 2 base 53 probe Archon Immortal push. And I'm like, oh, okay, you guys, like... Europeans study their StarCraft. Americans feel their way through it. I love it. Guys in the chat know this build order better than I do, and I've cast a lot of games of this. I've cast a lot of games of this build. It's actually awesome. 4 roaches on the way. He's doing it again. He's not doing the Banshee build. He's doing the exact same build, but off 3 CC. And this time he says, if that worked with me forgetting the armory. Bunny's like, wait. Hold my beer, guys. What if I don't forget the armory? What? He's like, if it worked with me forgetting the armory, I mean, it'll be literally impossible to beat if I remember the core building with the push. Oh me, oh my. There is only 4 roaches and 5 queens. He sees a Viking again, but you wouldn't do the same thing 2 games in a row. That would be stupid. That's Reynor's thought process right now. This is the last thing he'd expect. 5 queens, 4 roaches. He's putting a 6th queen, 3 more roaches. He's droning hard. He does have good supply free. Reynor does not know about this. He's about to hit him. Guys, we're on Reynor's camera. Watch his face. He sees the Hellions. Okay, he sees it. He pulls back to his main. He rallies his units. Let's go back to everyone's camera. Reynor, he's realizing the depths of his opponent's depravity. This is not just a bunny rabbit. I know that Easter just passed us by right now, and it's all about rebirth and life and all that stuff, but that Roach Warren is getting sniped again. He queues up 10 roaches before it goes down, though. 10 more roaches, and this time he builds a spine crawler coming up behind the natural. He has not built a new Roach Warren, though, and that could be a problem, but he's saving his units, and when all the roaches get together, he's going to jump on this. It is a blob of Terran savagery. He says, burn the dirty Xenos. He's going to get in there with a lot of Hellbats, Marauders, and a Viking. Jumping on top. Good spready for Reynor. You want to spread out so those Hellbats don't do splash damage, but he's a little clumped, but the Roach Queen coming in from behind could do it. The Hellbats are starting to fall. They are starting to fall. Is it worth focusing the Marauders? I think it is. He gets one. The Hellbat number getting low. Oh, the Hellbats are getting real low, big guy. A second medevac comes in, and he gets held. Bunny, down 10 workers, has to pick up and pull back. He's following up with a 2-base bio all in. He's going 5 barracks on 2 bases. He needs more damage. Roach Warren is now being rebuilt. He's got a spine crawler in his main, a spine crawler behind his natural, and a spine crawler in his third. And I think that was a good choice. Reynor building some insurance right now. Hellbats and Marauders are going to give him nightmares. He's way up in the worker count. He's still droning super hard, and I think that's the correct call here. I don't think there's a very scary follow-up as long as you have 8 roaches, 4 queens, 3 spines on the map. I think you're fine against just about anything. Viking shouldn't be able to get that kill, but he's going to drop on top of the queen. Oh my gosh, and that does secure the Overlord kill. Oh, and he's doing hot pickup micro as well, saving the Hellbats. Dude, this is cute. Finally, he's losing a Hellbat though. I think Bunny's got to get out of here. Bunny does lose a Marauder. I think 2 Marauders or a Marauder and a Marine went down. Finds some creep on the low ground as well. Bunny trying to keep the momentum. He's got 1-1 upgrades. He's gone double engineering bay on 2 base. The Mad Lad is going to follow up with a Marine tank all in, but Reynor is holding firm on 66 workers. And guys, 66, that's a full base above the 45 worker 2 bases Terran and Bunny. Dude, what a crazy guy. Doing this build twice in a row. And you guys might not know Bunny on a deep level. Bunny is one of the most unhinged high-level Terrans I've ever seen. I remember when everyone was super cheering for Stats right before he went to the military. And it was his last GSL, and everyone was like, wow, Stats is going to go to the military. I hope he wins his last GSL. You know what happens in the first group stage? Oh, it wasn't even the first group stage. It was that single elimination pre-group stage they used to do in the round of 24. Plays Bunny in a best of 5. Bunny walls off on 1 base and all-ins him 5 games in a row. It was sick. It was like the dirtiest thing ever. And Stats in the final game has a low ground wall off, and it's like, he goes, scouts the wall off, and he's like, wonder what you're doing. Meanwhile, Bunny had literally 5 barracks in the corner of the map and just killed him with Mass Marine SCV. Like, Bunny, he is willing to commit to the craziest gambles when everything's on the line, and that is what he's doing right now. 2 tanks, 13 Marauders, 14 Marines. Reynor, his army count's actually lower. He loses a 5th hatchery there. Dude, his army count's not that high. He has roach speed. I kind of wish he had more Ravagers against this. He's only got 3. He's making 1 or 2, 3 more. But, dude, the army's here. The army's here. Reynor right now dealing with a giant push. Tanks on the front line. The Biles are really good for zoning. If he can get these 3 more Ravagers out, it's really going to help him. They finish just in the nick of time. One of them does get taken down, though. And he's going to... Oh man, dude, Bunny's army is scary. I think Reynor might need to go for a counterattack. He's going to try to fight this front on his 4th hatchery. He's getting overwhelmed here. The 2-base all in. Dude, is Bunny actually going to do this? He shoves in. Caution thrown to the wind. He is saying, get out of here, you silly side player. You would never expect such a vicious push. Bunny just going for broke. He says Baneling speed, Ling speed, 4th and 5th hatcheries. These are not the things you need in this game. That +2 carapace will not finish. I can't believe it. Reynor was up a base for so long, but he diversified his money across too many different investments. His spine crawlers are trying to pull to the front to help him stabilize, but this attack is actually kind of wrecking him. It snuck up on him, and Bunny showing the decisiveness of a man with absolutely no chill. He is wanting to get revenge for that first series. He is up 2-1. Can he finish it off? Reynor desperately holding on. The Italian Stallion doesn't want to go down. The first tank finally dies to Biles, but the Ravagers exposed to the Marine Rally. They go down. Reynor has to pull back. He's still mining far more than the Terran, but the units lost have more than making up for that. A 3,500 differential between the two players. And Bunny, most importantly with the forward position, if Ravagers could get in on that high ground, it would change everything. But right now, Reynor's struggling to do that. He's got some Lings mixed in. It is 1-1 against 1-1 upgrades. The Ravagers go for the flank. They get a Bile, but it's not enough. The drones have been pulled. They're going to try to tank. Another siege tank will go down to a Bile. There's only 1 tank left. The drones have gone down. Reynor pulling his units. The tank unsieges. Bunny unsieges his tank because he says, I'm not here to fight you in siege mode. Face me like a man. Unsieges to fight the Roaches in tank mode, Gumiho style. Absolute Chad Gamar right there. The Ravager Queen is pulled. If Reynor can hold this, he absolutely could win. Remember, the minerals are mining out for Bunny. The minerals are running out for Bunny, but he's able to overwhelm these queens, and if he can overwhelm the queens, he wins the game. That tank is everything. The tank goes down. The tank does go down, but the queens are off creep, which means they can't transfuse. The overlords are too far away. The Marines, the Marauders say, taste my Gauss rifle. Hit him in the face with the Punisher grenades. Let's go, clear him out. He's shoving in right now. Ravager's trying to morph. Ling's trying to come in. He's got to cancel the Ravager morph. I'm not sure if he had to there, but he does end up doing so. The Bio heavily overstimmed. There's a 4th hatchery as well. Reynor is now on equal workers with the Terran. Bunny, the sicko, goes for Marauder Hellbat 2 games in a row. I cannot believe he is winning this way. But dude, what a savage. Bunny is just doing tournament things. This is not textbook StarCraft. This is tournament match-winning StarCraft. It is messy StarCraft. It is deep in the group stage StarCraft. And Bunny, with absolute disrespect and savagery, takes down the 2nd spot in the group stage. 3-1 victory over Reynor. That was ridiculously well done. GG, well played.